Hey there, good day, Ryan Hamer here. I want to talk to you guys about your relationships and how being wrong and being right, they're not mutually exclusive, and how don't always expect to be right in an argument with your friend or your partner or your wife. And don't be dismissive, don't be destructive, and don't be dominant. And also, just because someone is submissive, it doesn't mean that they're in agreement with your opinion. When you're with someone, don't placate them and allow them to win the argument just because you don't want conflict. There are some people that will agree with you just because they don't want to have conflict with you. But really, you're still going to have an issue that's unresolved because they're not really trying to get you to understand their opinion, because they either fear you or they just don't want to argue and they just allow stuff to go. Look at your situation for what it is. Are you the type of person that accepts both sides of an argument? Do you allow communication on both sides, or are you the type of person that your voice needs to be heard, your voice needs to be clear, your opinion needs to be respected and accepted? Is that the kind of person you are? If that's the kind of person you are, recognize that not everyone likes you. Not everyone appreciates you, and not everyone respects your opinion. They may be lying to you and telling you that they agree with you when really they don't, because they just don't want the conflict. They don't want the headache, because you're that overbearing, you're that dominant. Domination is not really a problem. It's not a bad thing. However, if you want a group of people around you who respect you and will give you their thoughtful opinion and not blow smoke up your ass and tell you what you want to hear, then you need to change your attitude. You need to change the way that you communicate with others so that you can get thoughtful and respectful opinions instead of just people telling you what you want to hear. This message really is for people that are in positions of, if you're in a position of power where you have people, subordinates around you who do not really talk to you that often, ask yourself this: are you an approachable person? How do you deal with conflict? Do you accept conflict? Or are you the type of person where nobody can argue with you? What you say is what you say. Your road is the highway, and there is no byway. There is no compromise. Some people, you can't compromise with them whatsoever. And when we discuss being right and being wrong, a lot of times people don't know how to be wrong. It's their opinion or no opinion, their way or the highway. And if you don't allow your spouse, your partner, your friend, your kids to express their opinion, you can't stifle them. Well, you shouldn't. You can, but you shouldn't. Just like your employees. If you don't allow your employees to have an opinion, if you don't allow them to be right and you be wrong, no one will respect you. They'll fear you, but they won't respect you. And it's the same thing at home. You got to be fallible. And that's a hard pill to swallow. Because we all try to be perfect. We all try to act as though we don't make mistakes when we do. But we just don't want to take responsibility for the mistakes and the errors in our judgment. Sometimes we don't want to give our partner the satisfaction of being right and knowing that we were wrong. We men, nowadays, thankfully, we have GPS. A lot of men don't like to take instructions with respect to directions, and they'd much rather use the map and get lost 20 times instead of taking their wife's advice to ask for directions or use the map. But even GPS is not 100% reliable. Right? So I just wanted you guys to recognize that sometimes, you got to be a little humble. You got to recognize that nothing wrong with being wrong. It's okay to not be 100. It's okay to make a mistake. But you have to be able to admit it. A little bit of humility never killed anyone. And you can go a lot further with humility than you can with hostility. And I just wanted to share that with you guys. Hopefully you'll get some value from this. Again, my name is Ryan Hamer, and I like to help people become better versions of themselves. Have a great one.